is what sort of checks and balances, if you're an author and if there are aspiring authors out there, I know we tend to get quite a few, or a few authors in the audience, if you're going to write fiction, but you're going to set it in your own country or contemporary times, how careful do you have to be, and what sort of checks and balances do you have to place on yourself so you don't get yourself in trouble?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, the defence to defamation is truth in the public interest. And I think both of those things would stand. You know, having said that, you know, that's an oblique reference. This book is, you know, it is about issues of political intrigue, particularly, and the interconnectedness between politics and business. Because in this country, the two really are connected, particularly in mining. And that interplay, that balance of that relationship is an extremely, extremely delicate thing. And mining houses, and I'm not necessarily talking about the current situation in relation to the mining job, but mining houses have to be very careful in their relationships with government, because they rely on the ruling administration and those that administer it, and perhaps more so than in the past, but very much so in the nationalist government as well, pre-94. They rely on them for mineral leases, exploration rights. Those are all administered by the government. And that kind of relationship is a very delicate relationship that needs, what I think, is extraordinarily interesting. Which is why, frankly, if you look at big business in South Africa, even at the height of the abuse of the Zuma administration and the corruption, there were very, very few business leaders, white and black, in South Africa who actually had the courage to speak up and say, enough is enough, this must stop. I mean, there were a couple. There was Sipho Diana, who was the chairperson, or the chairman of Anglo Gold Ashanti. There was Rul Khoza, there was Mark Kutrafani from Anglo. And they were actually from the mining sector, but frankly, there were not a lot of others. Everyone actually just thought, we need to do business here. And this book explores that interdependency and how sometimes it can lead to a lot of hypocrisy and abuse, particularly when pressure can be placed by government for a deal that deals with the mining sector, this one, gold, for a particular consortium to be constructed in a particular way that favors certain individuals. Now, these things are not necessarily peculiar to South Africa. They happen in a range of countries all over the world where influence is brought to bear in the way that a corporate deal is done and structured. It's obviously it gains particularly more traction in this country, given our history and the fact that we're such a young democracy.